Hey, this is Eric over at TechnoRV, and this is my Forest River Rockwood Mini Lite. And in this video, I'm going to install the GasStop devices on this unit. I've got two 30-pound propane tanks here, and sometimes you can run into a bit of a unique situation whenever you've got like a tight cover on this. So I want to walk through what your options are so that these will fit within this covering. So the first step, of course, is we need to take the cover off, and then I'll show you kind of what we're talking about here. So we'll work with this one first here. So if you think about it, whenever you put a GasStop on here, it's just going to screw directly onto the propane tank. The first problem that I've run into here is my propane hose just isn't long enough to come around here and do this. So in addition, even if it was long enough, this extra length right here is going to get into the side of that casing. So a couple of things you can do here. One is you can loosen this up here to where you can turn these tanks to where maybe you can turn it to where your GasStop isn't facing the side. Maybe it's facing like over here to give you a little bit more room. In my case, that's not going to work either. And so GasStop has come out with something called GasGear, and it's basically a very high quality propane hose with a 90-degree turn on it. And if you just look at it, you can just tell from a quality standpoint, truth of the matter is, I'd rather just have this anyway. So whether you're doing a GasStop or not, you maybe should consider just getting a higher quality propane hose, and this GasGear is certainly the answer for that. So I'm going to go ahead and start digging into the install here and letting you know the things that you need to consider along the way. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to disconnect this hose right here from the regulator right here. And this is a 1/4-inch inverted male connection here, and so is this. So I'm not going to have any problems here, and in fact most propane tanks you'll find are 1/4-inch inverted male. But if you'll notice right here, whenever I unscrew this propane line right here, I'm unscrewing it at this point. This part stays in, which in effect is basically an adapter. It's basically a 1/4-inch male to a 1/4-inch female inverted flare here. Mine comes with that, and most propane tanks do, but if you are looking to install this and see that that you don't have that adapter, then you can get one of these from TechnoRV, and it's basically your converter from here to where you can screw right into it. So that makes that easy. All right, so step one, of course, make sure your propane tanks are turned off, which mine are. And then I'm just going to take a little wrench, and I'm just going to go ahead and remove this propane hose right here. Sometimes these can be a little tight on there, and this crescent wrench should do the job. Okay, there it goes. All right, that was easy. They may not all be that easy. And then I'm just going to basically unscrew this from there. So we're done there. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and loosen this here. And this will give me a little bit of room to work with here. I am going to go ahead and disconnect this other side as well. And that'll give me a little bit more room to work with as well. Okay. Now, something to consider whenever you get these GasGears, they come in two lengths. They come in 12-inch, and then they come in 18 inches. So I'm going to kind of show you the difference here, and then hopefully that'll kind of give you an idea of which one you may need. I think I'm going to end up using the 18-inch, but once we get into this, we shall see. So the next step is we just need to install this. So this is just a matter of getting it started and then tightening it down. Okay, that's on there good and tight. And then the next step after that is to go ahead and put your GasStop device onto your tank here. So this just threads right on, just like your propane hose would have threaded on. Okay, and then from here it's just trying to figure out how do you want to route this, you know, I mean, because the hose can go a lot of different ways. But you can see how much further this sticks out than just going directly into the propane tank here, and how if you didn't have this 90-degree here, how that could be a problem with the side of the case. And so you can kind of fool around with this and see what's best for you. And I'm just kind of playing around with it here. I think that this right here is probably going to be my best bet. You never want to grab onto this right here. Whenever you're tightening it, make sure you just grab the base of the GasStop. That could break off if you put too much pressure on that. So, I mean, that's basically the install. So I want to show you now how I can now put the casing on. Of course, I'll do the install on the other side, but it'll be the same thing as this one. So I won't waste your time with that on the other side. So let's back the shot up a little bit, and then I'll show you how this casing fits right on here now. So the first thing I want to do is show you the difference in having this 90-degree here, not to mention just the quality's better than, you know, this thing, but you can see the difference here. Like if I didn't have that 90-degree, I mean, having this turn in, I mean, I'm gaining myself, I don't know, 2-3 inches here of that I need in order to put the casing back on. So not to mention that if I, you know, you really don't want to bend these propane lines like that in the first place. So anyway, grab the case, and just like that, the case fits. Otherwise, without the 90-degree turn, that would not have fit. All right, so I've got both of them installed here, so you can kind of see what that looks like. And I've inspected for leaks, everything's good. And so in order to use your GasStop, it's really easy. You turn your propane on, and then you're going to pump this gauge 3 or 4 times. And whenever you pump it a few times, you'll see the gauge move up to whatever the level of your propane is, and you'll almost feel the propane engage into the lines here. So I'm going to go ahead and pump it. And my gauge popped up to high, and I could see it in the propane moving into the line here. And I'm ready to go camping. So I hope that this install of the GasStop and the GasGear lines has been helpful to you.